Well, good morning. Happy Monday. It's Monday here. Thank you for joining us early this morning on What's Brewing with Jim and Gigi. It's not Jim and Gigi today, though. My name is Amarachi Uche. I'm joined here with Dustin Staples. Just going to give you a look at your forecast in a second, but we're seeing some good temperatures overall, right?
Today is it's going to be kind of a fool's day, really,
Okay.
because you step out there like, oh, it's going to be nice all
Yeah.
day. Most of the day is going to be good. It's that post-dinner time hour, folks getting off work. I mean, I think a lot of people are already still off because of the holidays. But those who
Right.
are working today, like us, we are going to be good to go to some sunshine.
Yeah.
And the rain comes this afternoon, and then we're going to go burr, burr, burr. How's it sound?
You know, it's okay, because I was just talking before about how we went from the 70-degree temperatures, and I just bought a big coat thinking that I would need it, and I didn't need it that time, but now it's seeming like I'm going to have to go pull it out of the back of my closet right now.
Yeah, you're going to keep it out for the rest of the week,
Yeah.
too, and then we're going to gradually warm up again. So this is kind of this,
It's the North Carolina weather. You got to love it.
the flip-flop continues, but we'll talk more about that coming up in a little bit.
Yeah, I know some of the people in Greenville were dealing with those temperatures, but some people in Greenville went to Maryland this past weekend for a good reason indeed. ECU was playing in the Military Bowl against Pitt, and boy, was it a show to watch. There was a lot of controversy around that game, but ECU pulled it out again for their second win in the 2 straight years. Another one last year against NC State, and they just won again against Pitt, so it was a really good game. Dugan Lloyd joins us now with more from that game.
For the Christmas tree. It didn't come easy for ECU today, but nothing good ever does as the Pirates now sit atop the Military Bowl throne once again. 1 year ago today, they knocked off NC State here, and this time they'd keep it in the ACC with Pitt. This thing started off as a defensive slugfest with only 10 first-half points. ECU's defense picked up the second right where they left off. Kendrick Soup de jour said, "I'll take that," as Pirate Nation thanked him. The offense would appreciate the short field as well, as true freshman Chasten Ditta knows right where to go in his first start. Anthony Smith doing the rest and then showing off the dance moves on the celly. They'd get the ball back and go for it on 4th and 1. Marlon Gunn breaks it outside to the sideline where he disappears and then reappears back in a foot race. The whole stadium thought it was a touchdown, but hold on. An inadvertent whistle calls the entire thing back, no touchdown. Then to pile on moments later, Ditta gets smoked in the throwing motion and that ball's loose. Panthers recover and house it to retake the lead 14-10. So trailing by 4 once again, Ditta goes right back to the bread and butter. Anthony Smith grew up just a few towns over from here and puts on a 2-touchdown show for the hometown crowd as ECU retakes the lead 17-10. To the 4th, Pitt was looking for one more rebuttal, but this time the Pirates defense steps up. Kevon Merrill with the timely INT as the Pirates come away with 5 turnovers today. Party like it's 2024. The Pirates win it 23-17 as the program hits 9 wins for the first time since 2013.
We talked all week. This game wasn't just won this week or wasn't won in the month of December. Our roster certainly looks different than it did the very last ball game of the season. But what you build and what these young men have done such a great job of is building a culture. And that's tough to do in college football, I think, right now. But they've been at this thing for the past 12 months and going through it. And they haven't put selfless aside, haven't worried about I or me. They've worried about the team. And that's what showed up today. You look at the stats, they're not pretty, but the scoreboard at the end of the game is pretty, and that's what matters.
Shoot, man. This is the bowl game that I wanted. I've been praying for this bowl game since I figured out we was going to a bowl game. So just being able to come back here and go out with a bang in front of my family, get to do it one last time with the guys, it means a lot.
Yeah, we could have focused on losing our offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, or quarterback, or any other player. But that was not our focus. Our focus was on the men in our locker room, those guys that pulled together, made it about each other, made it about going and getting one last win and putting number 9 on the board, and that's pretty special. And I think, that's hard to do where a kid or individuals or players sit there and say, hey, I'm going to make it more about the team than myself. And that's why I'm proud of the men in our locker room right now.
As much as they are, real close friends and our teammates, and, they've throughout all the year have, made big plays for this team and did stuff. It's just you got to rally around the guys that are here now. And if you focus on the past, it's just going to be, terrible for you for not only this game, but then your future too, because you got to worry about, next season and the off season. Now everybody feels great about what we have. You know what I mean? There was never a flinch in, what are we going to do on offense? What are we going to do on defense? It's always, all right, we'll put the ball down, let's go work.
Some folks were upset we're coming back to Annapolis two times in a row, but if we'll come up here and get wins every time, I'll come back every year. So just keep that in mind.
Now, can you call it a dynasty per se? I'm not sure about that, but you can call it history. With the win, ECU becomes the first school to go back-to-back in this game in all 16 years of the Military Bowl. For WITN Sports, I'm Dugan Lloyd from Annapolis.
Thank you, Dugan, and congrats to the Pirates for winning that game. I know a lot of people, again, like you saw there, a lot of people were a little mad about that one call, but luckily ECU pulled it through, and people were also celebrating, I know, from the bars and local restaurants here watching the game, so I know they were very excited about that win.
Yeah, I know, like I said, back-to-back years, and like he said, if we keep coming back to Annapolis for wins, hey, it doesn't go to keep
might as well keep coming back, yeah.
I will say they've been good for them. I know they were, a couple of years back, they were struggling with coaches.
Yeah.
And they weren't doing too great, but again, it seems like they're doing a lot better.
We're getting our groove for sure. And I know the temperatures there were a little different than what we're seeing here in Greenville-wise, right?
Yeah, they were a little bit colder than we were.
Yeah.
We're actually warmer than we were yesterday about this time. We had the little frost out there yesterday. Summer gear this morning. You break it all out, because it's going to be one of these mornings where you're going to be needing the rain jacket and then maybe some winter gloves by tonight. So everything's on our forecast as well. So we'll get right to that right now. Obviously, the good news is that we're pretty quiet. We're not seeing anything fall actively from the sky as of now. So some good news here for all of our viewers watching across the Greenville. Of course, the roads are pretty quiet this morning. Most of you may be off still, or maybe trying to get back into work or whatever you're doing for sure. But back towards the news area there in New Bern, looking pretty good. Nothing really much to complain about either. But the nice sunrise, though, they're always beautiful with that we were talking about. We're looking forward to the days getting longer pretty soon.
Yeah.
You just got to get them the next 2-3 months.
We're getting there.
We're almost there, folks. But that, hey, currently the low 60s out the door, and we're going to be racing to 70 today, and almost 20, nearly 30 degrees warmer almost for some folks this morning, except for the coastline. We're about 10, 12 degrees warmer for that as well. The humidity is also up too, so you step out there, it's a little warm. Definitely feeling like that summer-esque feel for sure. Also running nearly 20 plus 30 degrees warmer than we were yesterday right around this time. Overall, though, the winds 10, 15 miles an hour, so we're quite breezy, yes, though we have a change in wind direction coming in later today. So that south wind right now is going to change over to a northwest breeze, and that's where we're going to be holding that steady for the next several mornings to come. First on our live radar this morning, not tracking anything, maybe a few light sprinkles at times. That cold front right here, we've been telling you about it all morning long, that we are just continuing to see the rain move across the area. Snow to the north, Midwest dealing with snow. Even Texas getting a little snow. Again, it's rare that they get snow in December. But hey, here we are,
It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a New Year's miracle, really.
Yeah,
that too. Right now, as we go towards the next few hours, warming up in the upper 60s and near 70 by noon today. Southwest breezes, and then that change becomes about as we go towards later the afternoon. So staying quite windy there along the coastline. There's all your winter storm alerts, blizzard alerts for the Midwest, ice storm warnings here. Looks like they're starting to kind of shave some of those out, which is some good news though. But if you are traveling, say north of D.C., New York, Boston, Buffalo, Syracuse, up towards portions of Portland, Maine, dealing with a lot of snow and ice, Augusta as well, up towards Canada, but all that snow mounting down there, maybe a couple of inches there south of El Paso, and then moving well to the east here, dealing with another round of several inches, possibly closing on another foot of snow for some of those areas along the lake effects region. They've got that going for them for there. But again, for us, rain comes in today, not a lot associated with it, maybe a stray shower here or there, but again, the rain's going to be induced with the wind, so it's going to be rainy and windy at the same time. Not a good combination if you're hitting on the roads today and you get off work, and then we're going to plummet down to the 40s by tonight and tomorrow morning, waking up in the upper 20s and low 30s, so definitely a pretty cold start here across much of eastern Carolina, struggling to get out of the 40s and maybe quickly returning to the 30s as early as 4 o'clock tomorrow, and then staying that way through the overnight hours. Clear skies, all that radiates heat back to space, cooling us off once again for us, so definitely a chilly Wednesday is on store. That north breeze kicks in, say, right around the 2-3 o'clock hour, and then holds steady for us for much of the day and staying windy all through Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon, picking up again. So if you do have plans to be outside, it's going to be cold, going to be windy, going to be probably not a pleasant day to be out driving around. Those who are trying to do any returns or heading into New Year's as well. Your gust forecast between 20 and 40 miles an hour. Tonight, we'll see winds still breezy, though not as strong as they will be this afternoon before the cold front comes in. Eventually seeing those breezes pick up through much of the day into Tuesday, even Tuesday night, still dealing with those breezes into early Wednesday morning. Wind chills, like I mentioned to you, are going to drop from the 60s to the 50s to the 40s to the 30s to the 20s. So a dramatic, sharp drop in temperatures tonight, and then that clear sky radiates everything back up, which is why we're going to see wind chills as low as 20 to 22 tomorrow morning. 30-degree wind chills much of the day tomorrow. We're not even getting out of the 40-degree wind chills for anyone. And then, of course, we may see those breezes persist on into Wednesday morning, too, making it feel quite cold. Our forecast, though, if you're going to be inside to catch the basketball game there at Minji's Coliseum, taking on UAB, and I believe the men's play on Wednesday, that is looking pretty good. New Year's Eve, a lot of things happening around the east, 30 degrees in the morning with that, too, as we do kick off 2026 there. After the few cold days we do have, we're going to warm up nicely to near average for a change back in the 50s as we ring in the new year. So overall, winter or spring, winter, near average, back to winter, and then just kind of all over the place.
You know, you just gotta love the North Carolina temperatures. This is what we normally see, I feel like, because, you know, just like we said, right before we were just seeing 70-degree temperatures in the beginning of December, we're seeing those icy and snow conditions in different parts of Eastern Carolina. So it's really always just changing. You gotta love it because you never know what you're gonna get every week, it seems like.
You get everything. And for those who want snow, we had it already. Those who want wind and cold, it's coming for you. Those who want to warm up, it's all in store for you. So
yeah,
it's one of these weeks here, and this is generally traditional. You know, we say we go from hot to cold, cold to hot.
Yeah.
So it's expected to get back in this up and down swing, but advertised mid-50s. So by the time we get towards Wednesday next of this week, we'll be near average finally. No more 70s. I don't see anything for a while.
We're looking forward to that. All right, thank you, Dustin. And thank you guys so much for joining us this morning on What's Brewing with Jim and Gigi. We're joined by Amarachi Uche and Dustin Staples. Tune in for 8 a.m. We'll be back here at the desk giving you the newest weather and news updates. But for now, I hope you have a great morning and happy holidays.